Some are predicting IT budgets might grow, but others are saying they're going to shrink. We've also seen reprioritization. Do you think it might be more challenging, even though the business side of the companies are more willing to listen? Do you think there's an emerging challenge of actually meeting this new enthusiasm in the right way, considering the austerity we might be facing forward? And what do you recommend? How should we think about this to make it easier on the transition?
I think the challenge for IT environments was always how do you justify budget from the business, right? And I think over the last 9 months, IT has become much more relevant to how the business runs, operates, communicates, collaborates and interacts, supply chain, clients, customers and so on. So I think IT has never been in a better position to be able to demand and justify budget into IT, but you need to deliver value in terms of that budget. And there's a couple of things that we're seeing that are critical in terms of how organizations are thinking about the next 9 to 12 months. One is compliance, obviously. Now with their organizations and their supply chain being so disparate, how do you ensure that you have compliance across all of the services that you deploy, the networkings that you deploy? The other is how do you make sure that you're maximizing the user experience, and that was mentioned a couple of times. If you have people that are enjoying the user experience, they'll continue to use it. How do we measure productivity? Well, if people are really connected, they'll become very productive. It's just a natural mechanism. The other thing I think that's going to become a real priority that we're seeing is the green agenda. And I think that's where IT can drive a significant value back into the business. So if you're looking at, we call it the smart building. So how can you manage IoT devices? How can you manage the air conditioning, the lighting, the heating, the security, the access? How can you manage all of that through IT and be able to deliver a better service for a significantly cheaper cost output? So they're things that we're seeing. So the compliance is a critical thing. The green agenda is a critical thing. We're still looking at productivity from an employee perspective and how do we delivering unique experience for those individuals. And the other thing then is from an IT department, how are you maximizing the productivity of your teams, which then forces you to look at the networking services that you are deploying. So can you optimize, can you automate, can you remote a lot of those things in terms of the manageability and also the insights that you're taking from them. And insights become really important because if you're able to take immediate insights and data from the network and from your organization, it allows you to make much quicker and much better informed decisions for the business. So I think IT are in a fantastically strong position to be able to add infinitely more value to the business as they go forward.